we have to say, what we could have had with Josh Shapiro, a man who I didn't know what he sounded like until today. Felix, were you aware what Josh Shapiro sounded like? What he talks like?
Yeah, Josh Shapiro has been doing this really since he rose to national prominence. One can only presume. We talked about with Jeff Stein. We talked about how Josh Shapiro committed crimes, right? Famously, yes. The nephew of one of Josh Shapiro's biggest donors and oldest friends probably killed his fiance, and then the uncle came to his house and took all his devices and called Josh Shapiro. Do you think that Josh Shapiro was on the phone with Unc and was like, let me be clear, you're going to want to use a magnet to erase the drugs. I know from my time when I got caught in a limo in Wilkes-Barre sucking dick, smoking crack. He copies all the Obama, like he copies even like right-wing Obama stuff. He's like, my wife was assigned male at birth.
Well, I mean, someone else pointed this out to me, but when it comes to Jewish guys sounding black, he's almost as bad as Michael Rappaport. But like the clip I saw today is that he was like,
I want to just say this. I lean on my family and I lean on my faith, which calls me to serve. And I am proud of my faith.
I stand on my family and my faith.
Yeah, and Felix, business, y'all.
And Felix, I just gotta say here. I mean, you can confirm this. It is corny as fuck for a Jewish guy to be talking about his faith or talking about his faith, and I don't mean talking about his religion or talking about Judaism. But if you have faith, sorry, that's goy slop, and it's frankly humiliating for a Jewish guy to be talking about his personal faith.
Yeah, never in history, not even going back, depending on your version of history, okay, whether it was, Moses, it's like an unbroken line where we all come from Moses, or when we converted from Tengriism because we were a Khanate people, the Khazar theory. Either one is okay. But never in history, especially modern history, was a Jewish guy like, oh, I'm going to need to pray on it, fam. That's never happened. That's never happened. You know what you do when you have a problem? If you're a religious Jew, you go to a 63-year-old rabbi and you go, I want to get my wife a Hermes scarf, but we don't have any scarf money or something. I don't know. And he responds with a question that's very confusing. There's no faith anywhere in there. You just, you come in with your problem, you get a question, you feel worse, and then you like do whatever you were going to do anyway. You don't pray on it.
Let me be clear. I'm Josh Shapiro. I'm Jewish. Let me be clear. If you like your foreskin, you can keep it.
Yeah, it's just, no.
Thanks to Jake for that one, by the way.
When he did that, it sort of morphed out of Obama and into like, I don't know. I don't even know what I would call it. Sort of like a generic middle-aged attempt at a middle-aged Black American voice, like a more genericized one.
Like it's more generic. Like he sounds like a sort of like a retired black guy in his 60s who's named like Reginald Washington or something like that.
Yeah. He tried to sound like he's a black guy, a 62-year-old black guy who works at the airport. Like he's Josh Shapiro's a 42-year-old like Jewish guy who belongs to 500 organizations called the Jewish Center for Judaism. But when you put a microphone in front of him, he's like, all right, you know how we do it, baby.
Well, I mean, the only thing I read about Josh Shapiro, other than the fact that he's probably allegedly a murderer, is that he's a great orator. And I read a lot of American pundits talk about his soaring oratory. And I just think like him and Pete Buttigieg, this is just like, you just copy the way Obama talks and then people assume that you're really good at giving speeches. Look, I'll say what you want about Bernie Sanders, but he doesn't code switch for a goy audience, okay? Like he sounds exactly like he looks, which is like an 80-year-old Jewish guy.
What if Bernie started doing that when he turned like 84? What if Bernie started sounding like Matt Rife? Damn!
A lot of y'all don't have health care, yo.
Yo, any honeys in the DMs?